After an incredibly long and exhausting flight, we finally arrived in Marrakesh. We were relieved to get into our arranged car, and I highly recommend that you get in an arranged car when you get there because you're just going to be exhausted from wherever you're coming from. So we arrived at the main square, Jemaa el-Fnaa, at about 5 a.m. And we were exhausted but unable to check into our hotel yet. So we left our luggage and we went to the local juice stand. So this juice stand sells all different types of juices, pomegranate, orange, all different types. And this was perfect for me since I had a cold that I needed to fight with some vitamin C. Over the next several days, I hit this juice stand and other ones multiple times to go ahead and boost my immune system. In Muslim countries, you're going to come across a daily prayer. It happens 5 times a day. And it has kind of this haunting beauty that kind of echoes across the city. There's speakers that are spread all across the area, and they kind of blend together in kind of an eerie sound. It's kind of otherworldly, but it's something that's special to experience, especially when you see people praying in the street and also in the local mosques.
The tea house?
Right in the middle of Marrakesh is Jemaa el-Fnaa. This is actually right next to our hotel. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a giant square. During the daytime, it comes alive with a bunch of vendors that set up their goods for sale. There's snake charmers, there's monkeys that you can get photos with. And at night, it becomes a big festival with the locals gathering to sing their local traditional Berber music. The square also leads into a bunch of winding alleys called the Medina, and the alleys are filled with shops and eateries and homes. You get lost in this entire area, and I highly recommend that you go and get lost within these alleys because it is a maze, but you get to see different types of wonders throughout the entire city. But keep your Google Maps ready, because you're going to wander into areas that you kind of go, well, I don't even know how to get back, and Google Maps is going to get you back to where you need to go.
What's up, buddy? What's up? I know. You're stuck up there, aren't you? Feels like you're gonna jump down on my head.
After exploring the city for hours, browsing in shops and also tasting all the different types of local foods, we decided to go to the Bahia Palace. It's kind of north of Jemaa el-Fnaa, and it's known for its Moorish architecture, and it's like a bunch of riads. The riads are kind of these courtyard type of houses, but it's like riads that are on steroids. So there's multiple courtyards in this, and it's very ornate, intricate floors. The only downside with this is that it gets really crowded, but the experience is pretty worth it. returned to Jemaa el-Fnaa in the afternoon, and the square was getting busy. It was around 2 p.m. Snake charmers were performing, monkeys were out as people offered photo opportunities, and juice vendors were still serving. Food stalls were starting to be set up, and the vendors were selling various goods. Some might expect a scammy vibe, but we didn't feel that. Unlike other places like Nepal, where you might feel people constantly, here it felt like people were just trying to make a living. We spent a couple of dollars, bought a few things, had some food, and simply enjoyed the atmosphere.
And then the mosque is right over there, so that's where the garden is, right there.
Just west of the Jemaa el-Fnaa square is the Koutoubia Mosque. So we went over and checked out this mosque. You get to walk around it, but you don't get to go inside of it. When we were in Istanbul, you get to go inside the mosques, or a majority of the mosques, and get to see everything that's going on. When looking at these mosques over in Istanbul, you kind of get the feeling that people are a little bit annoyed that you're coming in to be a part of something that you're really not worshiping. But over here, they close off all the mosques to the public. So one of the scammy things that they've got going on is the snake charmers that are over in some of the squares. The snake charmers have these snakes that they almost look like they're drugged up. They're just sitting there. You would think that they would be slithering around quite a bit more. But these guys are always trying to get a buck out of you. Even if you walk up with the camera and you're just looking, they try to come up and get a couple bucks out of you just for taking a look. And then if you want to actually get a photograph with one of the snakes, then they charge you about $5. And if you want to get some type of video or get up even closer, they're going to charge you even more money. So whenever we're in a different country, we turn into vegetable detectives. We always want to go into these markets and we wander in, gawking at the foreign cucumbers like we've never seen produce before. And of course, you can get a haircut right next to the tomatoes because nothing says quaint like a fresh fade next to an onion. We are living the dream.
That's where I can get a shave.
Like in Turkey where they pull at the...
black wax on the flames. That's what the guy in Turkey used on you too.
Yep, Don't what? We round out the day back in Jemaa el-Fnaa, listening to some Berber music and eating some pastries, eating some sheep's head before we go and jump in our beds and start off on another day in beautiful Morocco.